Sanbonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of Sibongile and the Dlaminis. So guys, this episode opens up with the Dlaminis. They are again at the hospital, probably waiting for Ukwenzo. And Upeteni is reading her phone and reading trending news out to the her family, and Upeten is up on her feet, and you can see she's so irritated. So when Zeni, whatever she's reading, guys, you can see with his social media, is busy bashing the Dlaminis over what Ujabu announced. Basically, Jabu said that the Dlaminis are responsible for his father's death. So, bulama trending news, guys. Kwanabo hashtag the Dlaminis must fall. Hashtag justice for Jabu. And you can see Upeten is panicking, and she ends up saying to Uwenzini, awucimele yonto wena. When Jenny goes on to say ukuthi ma indaba vele la ekhaya hleli strenda nje nakhona strendela izinto ezibhedayo nje. Vusi goes on to say, hayi nawe awuphume kulabantu laba, like phuma kulabantu. Like these ghosts basically don't even know what to do with their lives. He grabs the phone out of Wenzeni's hand, so basically she can stop reading these toxic news to them and what people are saying. Then anyway, while Uvusi is still talking like that, the doctor comes in pushing Ukwenzo in a wheelchair. Then Upeten is like, Kwenzo, and then the whole family gets up while Ukwenzo's been pushed in a wheelchair. I don't know why he's in a wheelchair, guys. Kushubuti. Maybe he just needs a rest or whatnot. But anyway, he does look fine, aside from the fact that he's in he's in a wheelchair. So anyway, when the doctor comes in, Unjengayo goes on to say, "Uthi nesi like siyabonga." The nurse actually is pushing the chair. So Unjengayo goes on to say, "Nesi siyabonga." And then I noticed, yeah, next to Ukwenzo and the nurse is Sibongile, you guys. Sibongile standing there, and you can see the whole family is like, ufunani lona lana, like, was ukamga no nesi, like, where was she all along while Tina, the family, we are out in the waiting room. So anyway, Usbongile, ababingelele, and you know, they just keep quiet. So anyway, Kwenzo goes on to say, Jabula, like, I'm glad Uti Umuntu is here. Namhlanje ngoba there's something that I would like to tell you guys. As he says that, he looks up at Usbongile. He looks at Usbongile, he takes her hand. And as he's taking Usbongile's hand and they're holding hands now, Jengai is so mad. Benopetin, like, they're so confused, but you can see they're irritated. If they could, Ababam Oshilusbongile right there and then. Kwenzo goes on to say, this woman standing next to me now is the woman that's always on my mind. Usofa silahlane wami engawuphiwa umdali nabaphansi. Yeah, he goes on to say, Sithandwa Sam, saying to Usbongile, please know from today, I will never allow anything to come in between us again. Uyangizwa. Hey, Uwenzeni, that time Uwenzeni is obviously fond of Usbongile. Uwenzeni is blushing there, but the rest of the family, guys, Batlige. Even Uvusi Lapan, I thought Uvusi, you know, was going to at least be like happy or something like that. But listen, I don't expect Uvusi to be happy because listen, the love of his life, which is Utrina, I don't know if it's the love of his life, but the woman that he loves, he cannot be with her. He doesn't have the guts to stand up for her. So maybe this is kind of like a bittersweet situation that he's seeing playing out before him. So anyway, Sibongile goes on to respond to Kwenzo, and she's like, and she's blushing there. Kwenzo goes on to say, as my family, I'm not expecting Guti Ningjabulele. I'm not expecting you guys to applaud us or to congratulate us, but mina saying is tatilishlumo sami. All you have to do as my family is accept my decision. That's all. Everyone keeps quiet, you guys, because I mean, Kwenzo is the golden child. He is the loved child, you guys, and I don't think at this point there's anything that can turn Ukwenzo back. The interesting part is going to be the when Ukwenzo finds out that Usbongile is planning to sue his family again. I don't know if he's going to be supportive. He might be. Angazi, we'll see. But he did say that there's nothing that I'm going to allow to ever come in between us again. Interesting. Then again, guys, we see Uvelepi. Velepi's taking down washing, guys. She's busy playing her groom. on her phone while taking down washing, and uKhuzwayo sitting there on the chair uphethe ibhabhalaza yakhe. So uKhuzwayo is busy complaining with when I like your music oba umsindo angaka ekuseni. Obviously, it's sounding super loud because unebhabhalaza, you guys. So anyway, uKhuzwayo goes on to tell uLokuzana uVelephi ukuthi hayi bo wena, and umbona ngijabulile because kunesithembiso somshado bathabelungu-ke i-engagement. Hayi bo Velephi surprised ukuthi hayi bo engagement yakuphi, like are you speaking about yourself? How are you engaged? Guys, remember uSamke said to uKhuzwayo ukuthi I trust you with what did she say? I trust you with my heart or something like that. So uKhuzwayo, guys, he's way ahead. He's thinking ama engagement. He thinks just because Usamke said that, kusho ukuthi Usamke is willing to accept his engagement. Alazi ukuthi how for like what made him think that for. But anyway, he goes on to say to uVelephi, umalume wakho uyashada girl, uyashada umalume wakho. Bengicela ukuthi ngithathele iphepha, take a pen and paper so we can write everything down because I need to sort out my life because I am getting married. uVelephi is like, hey boy, I don't even know this woman. Who is this woman? How are you getting married in? So it looks like he wants uVelephi to write down a letter that he's going to send to Samke's family, probably to Samke's brother, to basically ask for Usamke's hand in marriage. Samke or wrong or shame for even leading on uKhuzwayo till this point that he thinks ukuthi uyashada. Shame. Anyway, guys, we see Unonwazi. Unonwazi is Jabu's sister, if you don't know, and she's talking to Jabu and basically saying that, listen, Jabu, like you weren't supposed to be here. Like we were not even supposed to get to the situation the way things are. Pella guys, the way they planned their things, they thought everything was gonna go successfully. They thought by now the Dlaminis would be wiped out and stressed. So she's telling him ukuthi yazi things were not supposed to get here. We lucky nje ukuthi uselana, like we lucky that you're not behind bars. We lucky that the Dlaminis have not pressed charges. Jabu goes on to say ukuthi manje like just because they didn't press charges, am I supposed to be ukuthi ngijabule mina ngibathumeli thank you card just because they did not say press charges? I'm like, Jabu, hey. Nokwazi is like, hey, but don't be sarcastic. If that man died in here, if Unjengaya died in here, you'd be behind bars. Sikhuluma manje. So you are lucky. Jabu goes on to say, yeah, but Arafanga, he did not die. He's still alive, and umuntu ongekho alive is our father. Basically saying it doesn't make a difference whether he's alive or not, because at the end of the day, our father's not alive, and there's nothing we can do to bring back our father. Nozizwe goes on to say, well, that Butwam should tell you, we are not dealing with no ordinary man. The fact that Unjengaye is still standing right now, Unjengaye, he is a free man, while wena ulana, you could be arrested at any time. Jabu goes on to say, na siswam, like we still have a chance. Remember, kumbulu, we still have Sibongile's lawsuit card left, which we can pull. I'm just like, I don't know about that, but all the best, Jabu. Then Nozizwe goes on to say, which Jabu, mina, I lost a father and I don't want to lose you too. Jabu goes on to say, like you won't lose me, siswam, like you won't lose me. Nozizwe goes on to say, I don't want to be left wani alone, so please, like just drop this whole thing and leave labantu. Anyway, it doesn't look like Jabu's convinced you guys, because how many times Nozizwe has been trying to speak Jabu out of this asazike. So we see Utrina, it looks like she's in a clinic, guys. She's still looking beautiful for a person, guys. So she's at the clinic, and while she's collecting the pills there, when she's about to turn, Uneli called her and she's like, how's Utrina? Hi, like, what are you doing here? Right in exchanging those ordinary things that we normally do. So, uneli ambuze, what are you doing here? Like, Limikitrina's like, no, bengzolanda mapilisi for my aunt. And then uNelly says, I yamazi indoda yami beyinekhanda nje, so I decided let me bring him here so we could get him some medication ke. So uGcina goes on to ask uNelly ukuthi kwenzakalani ekhaya, I mean Dlamini, like what's happening there? I'm like, Gcina, they kicked you out like a dog. Why are you still interested with what's going on there? uNelly goes on to say ukuthi usho ukuthi sisi, like awuzwanga phela uVusi is no longer CEO. Gcina's like, Amy, like, what happened? Like, when did this all happen? Like, kwenzakalani kwaDlamini? Ungitshele. uNelly goes on to say ukuthi kuningi nje, there's a lot that's going on and it will take the whole day ukuthi ngikuchazele. That means ukuthi kumele sihlangane another day and ngizokuchazela ukuthi what's going on there by the household. So Gcina's like, ngakujabulela lokho, but it looks like uNelly wants to be close to Gcina. I don't know for what reason, but uGcina ends up saying bengicela ukuthi the next time sihlangane bengicela ukuthi ngilethele ama-wig wami bandla. The way I laughed, and then uNelly's like wonke, uGcina's like, yeah, bengicela ukuthi ungilethele wonke. I'm just like, shame. Gcina needs to get off her high horse, you guys, because even though now she's going through the situation, it has not registered to her. She still seems to be the same person. The fact that she's still bothered ngendaba zawaDlamini after what they did to her, like, I don't know if she's going to find a chance ukuthi angene through uNelly, or because now uVusi's no more CEO, maybe she's going to manipulate her way in. I don't know, but Gcina doesn't seem like a changed person. We see uNjengaya, guys, he goes to Jabu's office and he goes to apologize. And guys, I must say the apology that uNjengaya gives to uJabu seems quite sincere. So as uJabu's apologizing, coming to say ukuthi mfanam, like ngiyabona ukuthi like you are hurting right now, and it hurts me to know that you are hurting ngezenzo zenkampani yami. So I'm here to say ukuthi ngiyaxolisa. Jabu goes on to say ukuthi utabang ukuthi apology yakhe izombuyisa ubabam. Do you think your lousy apology is going to bring back my father? uNjengaya goes on to tell Jabu, like I didn't even know what happened to your father. The supervisor that beyiphethe ngaleso sikhathi hid everything away from me. I found out what happened to your father after a long time, and because I am a father myself, I thought ukuthi angiphakame njengendoda, and I decided to take care of you and your sister and took care of your education because I felt ukuthi your father could not do that, and I felt that I also had children and I felt compelled to do that as a man. Yo, uJabu gets like, I knew which was a nestori esingahlangani unamanga in Jabu's not taking and believing anything that uNjengaya is saying. Anyway, uNjengaya goes on to say ukuthi mfanam kungiphatha kabi to know that your father missed out on your milestones, on both you and your sister's milestones. Like kuyangidla ngaphakathi to know that your father is not here to witness the success that you and uNokwazi have come to. Guys, I do think it's a commendable thing for uNjengaya that after, even though it was not his fault, he took the initiative of taking care of umncedisi, which is uJabu and Jabu and Nokwazi, which is Mletisi's children. He took care of them from they were young, guys. Took care of their whole family, you guys, as uNjengaya says. So anyway, Njengaya says, like, I really am sorry about that. But you can see when he's talking about, when Njengaya is saying that I'm sorry that your father missed out on all these milestones, you can see what Jabu's like, his tears are quarter to coming out. So Jabu, you can see now his tears are rolling down his face and he's like, Puma, Puma. At this point, Jabu's crying, you guys. uNjengaya gets up, he heads to the door. Before he heads out of the door, he turns back and is like, Jabu, ngiyaxolisa mfana wami from the bottom of my heart. And uNjengaya leaves and uJabu's left there sobbing, crying, you guys. This is something that really does still hurt uJabu, guys, but I wish you could let go of all of these things, because all of his hard work and his potential is going to go down the drain because he's chasing after one thing that is like Tolubuti all along has been holding on to a lie. Because uNjengaya is not responsible for killing his father. uNjengaya didn't even know about it. Anyway, guys, we see Aunt Mavis visiting Unomfundo by Nomfundo's house. Guys, Unomfundo's glowing. She's looking good. So, no, Aunt Mavis is asking, Mrs. Mavis is asking Unomfundo, hey, like, what do you do with your spare time? Nomfundo's like, I pay self-care. Like, I take care of myself. I'll take care of my house. Got I get Kumbulu boy. Like, I miss him. And then else Mavis asked her, Uti, I umsebenzi, girl, ngathi so tholo umsebenzi waglowa kangaka. Unomfundo goes on to say, I khalutho, like, I did not get a job. Unjengayo, phela uSibalikhulu uyanginakekela. He said that I'm not allowed to work again. Gathi, yes, girl. Sibalikhulu njengaye said to Unomfundo she's not allowed to work again. So guys, from cleaner to housewife. Basically a housewife, because she just needs to sit at home. Everything's been taken care of. Her child has been taken care of. So listen, she's living the life, but eventually, Usis Mavis does a show. Unomfundo uthi, listen, don't worry. Boy wako is in good hands. I am there and ngizomnakekela, because Unomfundo has been worried about her son staying in that household. So that was a nice thing to do for Mavis to assure Unomfundo uthi, listen, this is a different time of your son's life. Allow him to flourish, and Tina Eskoyo, we will take care of him as much as we can. We see the Sibalikhulu, the Dlaminis Sibalikhulu Foundation, or whatever it's called, the company, they are having a press conference. And basically, Unjengayo says, listen, there's the evidence in front of you guys. We as the Dlaminis, we are innocent, basically. One journalist asked Utiaibo, and then Lama emaili that Uchabu showed us what about the emails, because Uchabu, remember, he got an email from Uvusi's laptop. So Unjengayo goes on to respond with Utiaibo, ama email. In this day and age, as punaguyo, like even an 8-year-old can take a laptop and forge ama email. So basically, Unjengayo is saying that the emails were forged. So one reporter asked Wuti, okay, if the emails were forged, why would Uchabu specifically target you? Why would he specifically say Uwe, like out of everyone who is responsible for his father's death? Njengayo goes on to say ukuthi Uchabu is grieving, he is looking for someone to blame, and unfortunately, when you are successful, you become an easy target. Yes, Njengayo dealt with that press so well, you guys, and everyone was shocked they did not have questions. So it does look like he's dealing with this noise very well, as he had predicted. He's able to deal with all of this. Anyway, Utlina, we see Utlina in her room, and she is staring into thin air. When her aunt comes into the room, and she's like, hi, Manklina. This is not Kwazamini Launes Sebenzukona, who's going to be picking up your clothes after you. Basically, Utlina goes on to say, as today I met up with one of his Sebenzis, Zawa Dlamini, Yazmina Nai, like, impilo zethu ziyafana. Basically saying ukuthi yena no Nelly, they're on the same level. I'm like, so what if you and Nelly are on the same level? But anyway, the aunt says ukuthi Klina, like, unokudla efrijini, unombhede, you've got clothes to cover your body, you've got a roof over your head. Do you know how many people want just those basic things? Like, what are you crying over? Like, zithinti ntombazana, get up, and it's not the end of life. I get depression like that I'm going through right now, and when I understand it, in my life is a mess. I just feel like I'm not trying to take away what she's going through, but I kind of feel there's an element of not being grateful, you guys, because I'm just like, even that lifestyle that you forced you and your husband to live that lifestyle, not to uti afford. Even the lifestyle that you and your husband could afford, you did not want to accept that. Hence, you wanted to go and stay by the Dlamini household. So I feel like this woman just needs to get her head in check. And the sad thing, guys, there's a lot of women like that, forcing to live lives that they know is out of their reach, and they are willing to put their husbands through the most amount of stress to do whatever they need to do to give them the lifestyle that makes them look ukuthi bona bangaphezulu, like as if bona they're on top of everyone. So that's that. Anyway, guys, you also see some girl, she confesses her feelings to Uvuma, tells Uvuma, listen, like, I came like, oh boy, and you know, you took care of me so well, and I really want to tell you, Wuti, like, I do have feelings for you, so I'm asking Wuti, sizame lento, like, let's give it a try. Vuma obviously is happy to hear this, guys, and he's like, no, asiyenze lento, like, asizame siyayenza type of thing, but they are happy. That's going to be interesting because Ukuzwa is thinking he's an engaged man or soon to be engaged man, while this side Usamke just confessed her feelings to Uvuma, and basically they're in a relationship. Last scene, guys, we see Sibongile. She visits Uchabu's office. When Uchabu sees Sibongile walking in, he is so happy to see Sibongile, and he's like, abang wuti uyafunda, I thought you were studying. Sibongile goes on to say, Buti, I was studying, but I decided to take a break. Anyway, Sibongile goes on to apologize for the fire that happened, and Uchabu's like, Kulega mama, like, those things isn't as ngane, we can easily replace those things. So anyway, you can see Sibongile, she's here to tell Uchabu something. She is being a bit nervous, but she goes on to say, Chabu, like, I'm here to tell you something. Mina no Gwenzo, siyathandana, and we are dating, and gyamthanda. You can see Chabu's like taken aback a little bit, but Chabu's those type of guys that, like, how do I explain? Those type of guys that even if, like, you know, a guy that's been asking you out and tell him, no, I don't have feelings for you, jig, and then he'd be like, no, Nami, I also didn't have feelings for you. Like, they never ever want to lose type of thing. Chabu says to Sibongile, manje, why ungitshela mina Sibongile? Like, awubona ukuthi sikuphi lana, sisemsebenzini, sizosebenza lana, like, mungitshela lokho, like, uthi mangenzeni, like, what must I do with that? Bo Jabu's now acting like he's not interested in that, and he knows very well that that hurts him, and he's interested in that. So anyway, Sibongile says, Olisa, but you can see which she's a bit confused, and she's a bit embarrassed in a sense. So anyway, Sibongile says, Olisa, and Jabu's like, oh, okay, sure. And Sibongile just walks out, you guys. But you can see Uchabu is angry and is thinking of a different plan. You can see that vicious plan of how he's going to break this union apart. Anyway, guys, that is the recap of the latest episode of Sibongile and the Dlaminis. Tell me your thoughts on it. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge. And I'll see you guys in the next one.